Welcome back to Fiercely Unfiltered. I'm your host, Kelly Renee. My 15-year wedding anniversary is in June, so it's coming up. It will be the week after this airs, or the week before this airs. And this podcast has really helped me healing. Once I do an episode on something, I dump it and I don't really think about it anymore. And my divorce was just finalized May 1st, 2025. It was finalized 43 days before our 15-year anniversary. And I was 43 years old when he moved out. I turned 48 this month also. So it's been a long journey to end this chapter. I want to think about the day we got married. It was the happiest day of my life. I know people say the birth of your children is, but both of mine were traumatic, as you guys have heard in a previous episode. So today I wanted to read our vows. We wrote our vows. And also we had a pastor who didn't really know us. We got married in Laguna Beach, the cliffs at Laguna Beach and Dana Point. He asked us to each write him an email telling him what we loved about it. He told us that no one would see it but him. So to be brutally honest, so that's what we did. But believe it or not, he ended up reading those letters out loud at our wedding, which was embarrassing, but it was my feeling. So I thought it was kind of appropriate he read it, but I'm glad he told us that he wasn't going to read it because I don't think both of us would have wrote what we did. So I want to go ahead and read a few things for you. They're on pieces of paper in here. So I just want to go back to how I felt that this is me at 27, or I think I was 33 when we got married. He was 27. So this is a 33-year-old me about to get married, or a 32-year-old me about to get married, how I was feeling. And I felt loved. I felt like it was my soulmate. And that day was very special. And I refused to let the memories of that day be tainted by the ending. So I always want to remember how I felt that day. So I'm going to write what I love about Garen. This is what I wrote to the pastor for him to get to know us better. I love everything about him. I love the man he is. I love the man he wants to be. I love the dreams he has for us in our future. I love his passion and drive he has in everything he does. I love the way he makes me feel and the way he loves my children like they are his own. I love the way he takes care of our family and makes sure we always have what we need. Not always everything I want, but most of the time, but for sure everything we need. I love the way he takes charge of his life and doesn't make excuses. He understands he makes his own destiny, and he takes full advantage of every opportunity that he is given. He is not only my soulmate and lover, but most of all, he's my best friend. He knows more about me than anyone. He doesn't judge me for anything. He accepts me for the person I am and loves me for the woman I am. It feels good to know that even after someone knows you so well and knows everything about you and all the mistakes and bad decisions you have made, that they still love you in spite of all those things. I feel loved and secure and happy and safe. I know I will continue to feel this way as long as we are together. We have been through a lot together, and it only makes us stronger. I feel like me and him together can do anything. We complement each other perfectly. His weaknesses are my strengths, and my weaknesses are his strengths. So together we are unstoppable. I am excited to wake up next to him, and I am excited and ready for whatever comes our way. I am his #1 fan, and I will do anything I can to help him accomplish his goals and dreams in life. I love him with my whole heart, and he is the person who taught me what true love really means and when it feels like to find the person God meant for you to be with. That's how I felt about Garen when I married him. I put him on a pedestal. People used to say, I've never seen anyone put their husband on a pedestal like you. I admired him and loved him to death. And I want to also read what he wrote that he loves about me. Here's what I love about Kelly. If I was to describe my weaknesses in life, Kelly would be the answer to every one of them. When I was looking for the person I wanted to share my life with, I always said that I want to be with someone that makes me a better person and for me to compliment them as well. I love the fact of how loyal of a person she is. I know that she has my back no matter what the situation is. There is no one in the world that knows me better than she does. She is my best friend and my partner for life. She is a great mom and keeps everyone moving forward. We share many of the same interests and could do things together that we both enjoy. She is beautiful and makes my day better when I wake up next to her. And that's what he said about me, why he loved me. And it's crazy to me that you could feel that way about someone and love someone so much. And then one day they're no longer a part of your life. One day they can wake up and decide they don't feel that way anymore. And those promises they made to you in front of all the special people you love in your life didn't mean anything. And the life you guys built together for 16 years wasn't the life he actually wanted. And he wanted a different life. And for that to happen, our dreams had to die. But what upsets me is how it ended. I felt we loved each other and we were actually best friends like we said we were. We should want the best for each other, no matter if we're together or not. And to try and destroy someone just because you want a life without them isn't fair. And it puts that person in a position where they're not strong enough to keep moving forward, or it takes a lot more effort because you're trying to make it that way. I wish it wasn't that way. I wish our ending was better. But the love story, even though I know things now that I didn't then, to me was a true love story. And he was my soulmate on that day. And I felt like probably every bride feels on the day they get married. It was amazing. And I'm always going to remember that, no matter what. So we also wrote our vows. We didn't just say I do. I got married out of convenience the first time I went to the courthouse. I didn't wear a wedding dress. I didn't have any of that. So when I thought I found the man of my dreams, I created my dream day, my dream wedding. I had the s'mores set. We were making s'mores there. We had a dance floor out there. My kids, they said that was the best day of their life. It was a great day, togetherness, love. And that's how I'm going to remember it. So I want to read our vows. These are my vows to him. Garen, you are my soulmate and my best friend. I count my blessings every day that our paths cross, and I think about all decisions I had made in my life that led me to that real estate office back in 2004, and how one different decision could have changed that. Neither of us would have even imagined that when we decided to become business partners, that we would end up standing here. But I am positive that we were meant for each other. And I promise to always love, trust, and appreciate you, and to keep supporting you through this crazy journey of life. I'm excited for today and to wake up next to you every day for the rest of my life. I will never be afraid of what the future may bring, because I know that whatever it is, together, we can endure anything. I am proud of the family we have now, and I am ecstatic to grow that family even more. You are the man of my dreams and my best friend forever. I love you. And to know I meant every one of those words, and to know we're now strangers, just two people with shared memories that had a life together, that said we loved each other and we're best friends, but now we can't even communicate. He doesn't care if I'm okay or not. For me, I always thought I would love him, but I have unloved him recently because of things I found out. I used to always say if he ever passed away, I wouldn't move on for years. It would take me a long time to get over him. And when we broke up, it was almost harder to get over because he was still here. Like if he would have died, which I'm glad he didn't. I don't want death on anyone. But it probably would have been an easier grieving process because you grieve it and you learn to move on. But when someone's still here and you still have dreams and you still have hopes and you still believe that you guys were soulmates, it's harder. And I feel like this relationship was supposed to teach me self love. They say that God will let someone hurt you over and over again until you unlove them. And we finally got to the point where I'm hurt enough to unlove him. But I want to read his vows to me. Kelly, I am blessed to have you to share my life with. You are not only my wife, but my best friend. I am excited to take this journey with Caleb, Jacob, and you as a family. I promise to love, cherish, and provide for you. I look forward to the future and the opportunity to continue to build our family together. You have been there for me through so much, and I promise to stand by you through the good and the bad. Our journey we have made has made our bond unbreakable. And I cherish you, Caleb and Jacob, and I love you all so much. So when I think about that day and I read that, I think about how special I felt, how loved I feel. And I also feel like that's probably going to be my only real wedding, my only marriage, or that's probably going to be the last marriage I have. I don't really believe in marriage anymore. I'm at the age where I don't want to have a family. If I end up being with someone, I think it's better to be with someone because you choose to be with them every day. Piece of paper for marriage really means nothing. I got married the first time, it didn't mean anything. I got married the second time, and you heard our vows through better or worse. I nursed that man through a neck injury, a back injury, wiped his ass in the hospital, did all those things. But I meant my vows through better or worse till death do us part. But when someone decides that's not their vows anymore, it doesn't matter what promises I made. Those promises are going to be broken because he doesn't want me to keep those promises anymore. So I'm hoping this episode helps me heal. I hope I have memory of my wedding, how I felt that day. Not one bad thing happened that day. It was amazing. And that's how I'm going to remember it. I wish we could have remained friends and been there for each other, even in life. That's what I wanted to do. He is someone who knows me more or better than anyone in this whole world. I don't think I'm ever going to have a relationship again where I share so much of myself with someone, or I'm so emotionally dependent on someone where my mood depends on if they're happy or not. I am learning to be self love. Like I said, I really think this relationship was to teach me self love and to choose myself over anyone, no matter if that's my spouse or not. I should be number one in my life, and now I am. We have 2 kids we raised together. I was hoping that we could share that chapter still as grandparents together and parenting them in their later life. But that doesn't look like it's going to happen. If he's going to be in their life, it's going to be not including me, which I think is sad because we were a family. We did love each other, or I thought we did. So for me, it didn't really matter if we weren't in a romantic relationship. We were best friends before we were together. So I was hoping to go back to that friendship we had. Maybe not best friends because that would be weird, but I mean, we could but at this point, after finding out everything I know, I don't even think he was really a friend to me. When you have someone on the inside that you trust that is going around and they don't have your back, those are the people that can destroy you the most. And that's why I'm so scared of new relationships, new people, because I don't feel like I'm a good judge of intent, maybe. I try and believe the good in people even after they show me different. I want to believe who they can be, or, but just not believe that someone that I was with or cared about so much is capable of hurting me like this. but anyone's capable of anything. Never say never. I feel like I was brought in his life to teach him unconditional love because I don't feel like he really had that growing up, or at least that's what he shared with me. So I feel like I loved him despite the things he did to me that he shouldn't, because I knew the man he wanted to be. And that's what I was looking forward to, our future and what we wanted together. Maybe I wasn't so much living in the moments where now that I'm looking back, probably wasn't the healthiest of relationships. But when I was in that relationship, I felt like I could do anything with him by my side. I felt like that's who God wanted me to be with. But you're different at every age. And maybe that is who I was supposed to be with at that age to get me to where I am and to teach me that I should be the most important person in my life, not someone else, because now I do know that. And I'm putting myself first, and all that energy and stuff I put into that marriage or into that man or into that relationship, I'm putting into me now because I didn't have time before to do that. But now I do. I don't have any excuses. I don't have anyone else asking me for something to take away from the time I could do for myself. So this marriage to me wasn't a complete waste, because they say things happen to you or not to you, they happen for you. And without this breakup, I wouldn't be in the best shape of my life. Without this breakup, I wouldn't have chose me. I wouldn't have started my fitness journey. I wouldn't have took self-care so seriously. And I wouldn't be taking the time and making the decisions I am right now to be the best version of me. Because once you're in a marriage, like, your life's more about creating that life together. It's not really about you anymore. I think that should change.